as well as the five community colleges in northern region. Specific to our industry, the focus of the Northern Arizona Good Job Network Blueprint, it it intends to pilot a training to employment pipeline program in a community kitchen setting. So this pilot utilizes the community kitchen concept to leverage entry-level talent pools already employed in the hospitality industry and other talent pipelines, such as CTE programs, into mid and high level skilled employees for local hospitality employers and job creators. It has it calls for specific concept to deliver this proposed pilot program. As we speak, the blueprint for the Northern Arizona Good Jobs Network is now being presented to all the partners in Phoenix tomorrow, and I will give you more update if you're interested. So it's this one of the pilot programs that we're doing for the community kitchen for Cupertino County. Um, uh, with that, with this new role too, I am. It is pivotal in bringing training dollars to our hospitality partners. I've been recently on a call with Arizona Lodging and Tourism Association CEO Kim. I know they have an event this week at in Sedona, but there's great opportunities to collaborate and create synergy as we promote our industry in the region and in the state. So thank you for sharing. And my apologies for not being able to appear physically in our meeting today.
Thanks, Regina, and congratulations. Jamie, Ellen, do you guys have an update?
Not today.
No, Michael stole my thunder. I was going to say ABV. By the way, Michael, you look really good in that seat, buddy.
I do have one more thing I forgot to mention. I wanted it to be on everybody's radar that there is a total solar eclipse going through the US on April 8th. And there will be a lot of people traveling to Flagstaff because of our known history and astronomical events and that kind of thing. This always happens. There will be a flux of visitors on the weekend of April 8th to see the eclipse, even though it will only be a partial from our side. We will sell out with thousands of people, even on campus or going up and down the hill. So maybe make a note to your managers and your friends in the community that there might be an influx that weekend of people looking to witness the eclipse.
Commissioner Half Moon, what is the best place to see it?
The path of totality will be going through a line through the US that basically goes from the west side of Mexico up to New York. And so Lowell will be doing an event in partnership with Discovery Channel and talking a lot about Flagstaff as well in Waco. That is where we will be set up. And then I guess for points of reference, there's another spot of totality that we're helping NASA with in Indianapolis. And then it sort of loops back around because it's a curve. So it's not like the straight line up, but and then it will go up, just north of the US. So it's being printed as the Great American Eclipse. You'll note that that's the same verbiage that was used to market the 2017 eclipse. And for context, we had a partial eclipse that actually was a better view than the one we'll get in April from Flagstaff in October. And our campus alone, everyone in the span of 5 minutes, there were 2,500 people on our very small campus north of downtown. So, or I guess above downtown. So just for context, this eclipse is getting massive media attention. All of the major broadcast networks will be airing the eclipse. Lowell Observatory is the research and science support arm for Discovery Channel, who will be working with the Science Channel and CNN. And Lowell is providing all of the talking points, pre-video animations, and that kind of thing that CNN will be using. So there will be a lot of shots from Flagstaff as well there. So make sure if you're tuned in to CNN or the Science Channel that day to look out for mentions of Flagstaff.
All right. Up next is public participation, which I'm being told that we have someone here. So go ahead.
Touch this. Hey, there we go. Hi, everybody. Zach, I'm the GM from the Americana Motor Hotel. This is Jillian from the Americana Motor Hotel as well. We wanted to first say that if we could thank anybody in this room, it would be all of you in this room. Everybody has helped us out, pitched in, and been so accommodating to us in the construction and rehab of the Americana Motor Hotel over the last year, almost year. And we just can't thank the city and we can't thank all of our partners enough. So really thank you for that. We're finally open as of last July. Our 88 rooms are amazing and decked out with disco balls and throwback retro rugs and appointments in the room. And so if you haven't stopped by for a tour or to stay with us, please do so. We're ready and willing to have all locals and regional people come down and check us out, especially on April 8th, where you can have it be the Americana lunar eclipse or solar eclipse rather. But yeah, we just wanted to say thank you very much for being so wonderful to us, and we're excited to be in the city and be a partner with everybody. Yeah.
Thank you, Zach. Appreciate it.
All right, team. Moving on, we have the approval of the minutes for January 25th, 2024. Hopefully everybody had a chance to review them. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Ellen. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Michael. All those in favor? Aye.
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 All right. Our first action item is nominations and voting for a chair. My time is finally up, thank God. No, I'm just kidding. I know. Well, love you. And with that, I actually, because it's kind of been tradition, I would love to nominate Ellen, our current vice chair, to become the chair of this commission. Is there a second for that?
I'd second that.
Thank you, Jamie. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
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 All right, so according to Trace, for the rest of this meeting, I still have to do it. And the next meeting, it'll be all you, my love.
Thank you.
And so next we have nominations for vice chair.
I'd like to put in a nomination for Regina. I know that you're still here, but you would be a very positive addition to the vice chair role.
I'm actually going to second that one. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Welcome aboard, Regina.
I appreciate that, Madam Chair and Madam Vice Chair. Thank you.
All right. Michael, you're up with the restaurant report.
We are still gathering data, and it's going to continue to be still gathering data. It has been very difficult for that NAU report. And then I'd defer to Commissioner Thousand if he had anything further on restaurants.
I have brought this up in several discussions. I think we want to potentially even look at bringing this discussion into the summer months. I don't know if we spoke about that in our last meeting, but to really gather the best data, to potentially look at getting another 3 to 4 months of guest feedback and restaurant feedback as well.
Michael, Jamie, do you guys think we should push then having a report until you tell us I'm ready to tell you something? Yeah. Okay. Fair. All right. Cody, you're up.
Thank you. I'm slotted today to talk about the Marley Foundation Astronomy Discovery Center. And my goal here is to give you all an overview and then also actually some insight to what we're planning to do as far as PR and marketing. And you'll notice that it is no longer, we shortened the name. It's just the Marley Foundation Astronomy Discovery Center, also called the ADC or the Discovery Center. So if I switch between those terms during this, I do apologize. And is there a way to move forward on the slides? Would you like me to move down there? That's okay. I'll be right back. Okay, can y'all hear me? Fantastic. All right, so the Astronomy Discovery Center is, it's just in case y'all haven't heard about it, it's a 40,000 square foot science center that Lowell Observatory is building on its Mars Hill campus. So it's public programming focused. And it is 3 stories. It cost $53.6 million to build, and all of that was completely funded by people who wanted this building to happen. So we've had a lot of support. And the goal here is to elevate our outreach programming in updated in new ways so that the public can continue to see Northern Arizona and Flagstaff and obviously Lowell as a place where they can be what we're calling co-discoverers. And that term was actually coined by Percival Lowell himself. And he said that a scientist's job is, if they are not inviting guests to be co-discoverers, then they're not doing their full job as scientists. So you'll see that a lot in our marketing and in our messaging. The goal is to also increase our sort of PR bandwidth. Because of our science, we have a lot of local and state and even sometimes international news based on discoveries, but not a lot about visitation. And that's that tourism and entertainment segment of PR that Lowell Observatory does not have and has historically not had. We've just, people have come up because, you know, of our efforts in sort of very much local and state media. So expanding that and using the ADC as a stepping stone. I wanted to give you all some insight on our expectations. You'll see this chart here for visitation. We have easily had 100,000 visitors about every year at Lowell. So because the Discovery Center is not opening until November, we might see a boom there just from general exposure marketing. But then towards the end of the year, we're expecting 8,000 guests for that week of the grand opening. Which is crazy. I know our campus is really small, but this building can now accommodate guests of that number. And we do expect there to be, as there usually is with a really big thing, a little bit of a dip, especially through the winter months, because marketing Lowell as an all-season attraction is new. But then we're raising that up to 2026. We're going to see hopefully 200,000 or more visitors. A quick overview. We've got a lot going on inside this building. We have a new Universe Theater used with LEDs, so you get that true black. It's like 180 degrees, I think 16K, basically IMAX, but IMAX is, we don't say IMAX because it's not. And it's a curved screen with a ceiling screen as well, with a stage for presentations. So any speakers or events or anything like that can happen in this theater. We have a new Orbit's Curiosity Zone for children 0 to 8. In here, I can just walk you through. Here's some pictures. There we go. Oh, and the theater here seats 180 guests. The planetarium, I'm just going to go in order of this. I forgot I put this in here. The Dark Sky Planetarium is a rooftop experience where guests will go up to the rooftop, and instead of your traditional planetarium where it would be closed for presentations, it's open because the top of the ADC is above the tree line, and that is to give you a full 360 view of Arizona's night skies. And there is a projection screen that will come up that has been custom made to block out any white lights or lights that might hurt your night vision. So as they're pointing out objects in the night sky, using our own sky as our screen, basically, there will be supplementary close-up views of what you're looking at. And we will host seasonal and changing presentations in there based on what's happening, or if another supernova goes off like it did last year, we'll have new content for that. In fact, we are creating an entire content team just to create new content all the time. So this was the Orbit's Curiosity Zone, ages 0 to 8. It is 2 stories. It will have huge hanging planets down. If you've been to Griffith, very similar to one of their older setups with the big hanging planets that are still available for sponsorship. And climbing gyms, there are different sections. There's even a section for kids that need to sort of like calm down and have like like if they're overstimulated. There are no screens in this room also. It's a screen-free zone. The astronomy gallery, called the Stardust Lab, is for 8+, and this will take people through what astronomy is and get them set up so that when they look through the telescopes, once they exit the building, they have context. And this is what is being termed as free will learning. So they can learn about new and overwhelming things at their own pace with the help of accessible and really high-tech sort of exhibits. There is room to build on additional exhibits as well in the future. And it will have a cafe and a gift shop and all of that fun stuff as well. So I wanted to share.
Cody, can I something? This is Vice Mayor Austin Eslin.
Hi.
I assume you guys are hearing me okay?
Yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention, I'm very proud of the fact that council voted just this past week, last Tuesday, to sponsor the Planet Earth at Lowell Discovery Center for $10,000 from our discretionary fund that we have. And we're pitching an additional $1,000 to make sure that students who can't afford or wouldn't otherwise be able to afford to join their classmates on field trips to the Discovery Center have a fund that they can draw out of to cover those costs. And I'm proud of council. It was a unanimous vote. I think we're all very excited to be sponsors of the Planet Earth, and really enjoyed the presentation so far. Just wanted to mention that specifically.
Oh, thank you so much. I actually had not heard that yet. That is really exciting. And what a planet to sponsor. It's my favorite planet out of the 9. Yeah, we've had the support that the community and the state has poured into this building has been just completely overwhelming. So thank you. And I know that goes to every single person in this room has probably been contributor to the success there. So thank you so much. And thank you for that update. That is really, really exciting. So here I'm going to share our unique value proposition. So in just marketing is filled with a whole bunch of buzzwords, but this is basically a one sort of statement elevator pitch of what the ADC adds for value. And it is to combine prestigious like history and research with advanced interactive exhibits and educational programs. And this is again where you've heard me mention before, to invite guests to be co-discoverers in astronomy. Our strategic positioning statement, again, you can just ignore the buzzwords here. It's an invitation to awe. The Astronomy Discovery Center is a facility designed to awe and inspire. And we're looking for it to be an educational hub. The opening date is November 16th of this year, which is like tomorrow in marketing terms. So be prepared to, if you ever talk to me, I will only be thinking about this building. We will be closed for the week leading up to November 16th, and that is specifically for sponsors and members and some different community events that we'll be hosting for for a few like logistical purposes as well, to make sure everything's up and running, but also to give people who really supported the building a private look before we do open on the 16th. And we will have a lot of celebrity appearances, and right now we're basically just fielding celebrities and incredible guests who want to be there for the grand opening, which is a very fortunate place to be in. Our PR plan, so we will continue to strongly support local advertising efforts. That goes for Flagstaff, Coconino County, all the way through state. In fact, we will, if anything, be doubling some of our efforts, obviously, in a lot of the state efforts for advertising. So I apologize in advance if we're trying to outbid you for those front page spots or the back of the map. We're really going to try to be everywhere with this. But in addition, we will be hiring a PR firm called Lobeline Communications, based out of California, to assist with our PR on a more global scale. And we have contracted with them for a year, and that is official. So that's really exciting to announce. Our other partners that are really engaged in making this marketing effort a success include National Geographic, Discovery Channel, Grand Canyon, and NASA. And so we're pulling in our heavy hitter friends here. Quick overview, Lobeline Communications. They are the main PR and go-to-market strategy firm for Cirque du Soleil. And I mean, a whole bunch of others. I'm personally a fan of Cirque du Soleil, so I put that picture first. But if you guys have ever heard of the like interactive Van Gogh exhibits, different things like that, that was 100% Lobeline. So they specialize in helping people reach new audiences. And this is going to be really important for Lowell, but also Flagstaff, when we're reaching those audiences that are interested in space and science and discovery. But are more on the entertainment and tourism niche of that audience that Lowell has not specifically targeted to on a global scale like this. So this is really exciting. And a look into our timeline. We have been doing audience journey efforts. In fact, Mother Road was kind enough to host one of our surveyists at the Pluto pub crawl, along with one of our astronomers. And so we're getting as much audience data as possible right now. Of course, when I have that information, I plan to share that with the commission so everybody can sort of make use of that as needed, and continuing audience psychographic research through the year. Our PR firm will officially start in 1 week, and they will be contracted through the year. And a lot of you here might be hearing from me as I ask about media tours and ways that we can make sure that the media traveling to and talking about the ADC is also plugged in with the community, because it's not just the ADC or Lowell that we're basically selling. We're selling this experience in Northern Arizona as a place to go with anyone who is interested in the night sky or in science or in just learning something new during their trip. So if you guys have any ideas and you haven't heard from me, you know where to find me. And then I wanted to show y'all some pretty photos, because sometimes that just does a better job. Here you have an eagle eye view of the building. You can see some views from our, we have interactive pathways, so people become night sky adjusted with their eyes before they get to the telescopes. Our current campus is now going to be called the Historic Campus. And you can kind of see here, we've also got some opportunities for corporate events. We have a huge, it's called the Great Planetary Hall, with its own private terrace and a kitchen for catering, and a lot of stuff like for weddings and venue events and corporate events. We also have the terrace on the rooftop terrace, which also includes a dry bar. So if anyone has any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. Otherwise, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Cody. Team, do you guys have any questions for Cody?
I don't have a question, but comment. Thank you for this and for bringing this to our community. I can't wait to go.
I did it all myself. No, we really appreciate it. We could not have I mean, there's absolutely no way that we could have pulled this off without Flagstaff, without the local communities being such good partners, without the support from government officials, both local and statewide. So thank you.
Cody,
I have one question. No, I go first. Um, you said sponsorship opportunities, there are some.
So
Do you
many.
have that information that you could send to us?
Sure. Yeah, I'd love to send that to you. We have a few planets left. If you want Venus, you'll have to hurry up because I'm trying to do it myself. But you can sponsor seats in the Universe Theater. There are a lot of sponsorships. I mean, everything can be sponsored, and we'll have a sponsored wall. One of the things that I think is really important to promote for sponsorships is our diverse universe wall, where we are highlighting scientists of all diverse backgrounds, ethnicities, religions. That is really important. It's going to highlight how diverse our history is in astronomy. And each one of those people that are being highlighted are up for sponsorships, and they're quite affordable. And I feel like that would be a wonderful opportunity to also support the mission of supporting science.
Cody, mine is more selfish. I wanted to see if the commission could get a tour of this.
You could all the tours. In
Awesome.
fact, we are opening the tours up. So yes, we could do a hard hat tour. And in fact, right now is the time to do it. We Wilmeth and Daggett did a tour, as well as Representative Cook recently, and I hadn't seen it since October. It is fully closed in, and it is almost just straight intimidating. It is absolutely magnificent. So now is the time to do it. If anybody wants a hard hat tour in the community, if Mother Road, if your team wants to come up and have a private hard hat tour, please just message me and we will facilitate that. Our goal is to excite the community as much as possible. And any business who wants their staff to have an exciting experience and see this before it is open, I will make it happen. So, or if you have a group coming in that you think there's a reason why they might need a hard hat tour, please message me. And they are 45-minute walking tours with our SMEs.
Commissioner, would you, or Commission, would you like Carrie to organize that for you all? Okay, we'll do that.
Fantastic. And we'll maybe try to organize that while the Makers and Menders is still available. Yeah, that would be fantastic. And also, if there's any sort of business here that has any ideas for tours, one thing that we're also doing that I'm trying to do is create some sort of program so that local businesses, people who work for the local businesses, are able to have access to Lowell more readily. That they're not going to have to pay. I mean, locals pay $15, and I guess a quick pricing update: we will not be changing the price for locals at all. It will stay $15. In fact, we are introducing a program called Museums for All. If anybody has heard for that, Museums for All is a program where if you qualify for government assistance, you pay $3 at the door. So we're really trying to make this more accessible and answer to our mission. And the community is a really big part of that. So if there are any community groups that are looking for a tour, even just of Lowell, or if you want your staff to learn more about Lowell Observatory, please contact me and I'll do the tour myself.
Thank you, Cody. All right, director and staff reports.
This is still on, good. Madam Chair, Vice Chair, Commission, allow me and my team to present for last month some things that have occurred and some future items which we'd love for you to weigh in on. So we're going to switch this. Thank you. Perfect. Thank you, Ralph. Okay. We always start by just making, as a reminder of our mission, vision and position, which we won't go over that today. And we're going to start with visitor services today. So I'm going to welcome to the dais Jessica Johnson.
Hello, Madam Chair, Commissioners. To the right page here. All right, so he's already got it on there. So as you can see, our walk-ins in January were up again year over year compared to 2023. I was honestly a little surprised with the lack of snow. I was expecting it to be a little down, but I think with all of the snowmaking opportunities that have came up in the last few years, we're not so dependent on that weather. Snow Park's been sold out almost every weekend. Snowball's been doing really well. So even if we don't have the natural stuff, we're still seeing the visitation come up. Weekends have remained super busy. Weekdays, a little bit quieter, but they've been rocking it on the weekends. And then similar, no surprise here, the sales are pretty much same increase as the walk-ins, showing that 16%. We've consistently seen those sales go up just with the changes that Lisa and the whole team have made to our gift shop. So good to see. And then as requested, we have an update for Chocolate Walk. So not in January, but February, well, it's fresh. So I brought Charlie. We're going to tag team the Chocolate Walk. She's our visitor center events lead. So we will kind of share updating you on that.
Hi, good afternoon. My name's Charlie. It's great to be here, to meet everybody, put some names to some faces, so that's good. So this is my first year doing the chocolate walk, and I feel like we did have a big impact from the weather this year. I started in October not knowing what the chocolate walk was, but I was getting calls. Are we having the chocolate walk? Is the chocolate walk happening? Not knowing what it was. I'm like, I think so. Yes, we are. So found out that I'm planning it, and then week of we get all the snow, so it's just like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen, what's going to happen? Then I get emails from businesses. Are we still having it? Are we going to postpone it? And as far as I knew, there was no word about postponing, so we went ahead and we planned it, we moved ahead with it. So like I said, the weather didn't do us any favors for the event, but we still had 258 people come in and buy their passports, a lot of them almost the day of. So I was very surprised, very happy with the support of the local community and the people that came in. And as I was walking around to the different businesses, I received a lot of just very grateful and thankful comments from the businesses and the people attending. They were just happy we still had the chocolate walk event happening. They were happy to come out even though it was cold. I'm very grateful for all of the businesses and the snow shoveling because the sidewalks weren't very great, but the businesses in front of their business, they were so clear and they were just ready for all the people to come in and they're happy and excited. I'm really surprised at how many businesses did do their own treats, like special treats, not just store-bought treats. And I heard a lot of good feedback about that too. Like, we had Hello Sugar participate this year and they're a small business kind of hidden in the corner, but they had a really good truffle. I was surprised they didn't win. But yeah, do you want to do the People's Choice?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So
okay.
so our winners are up here. So Golden Hive and Moselles. This is the second time Moselles has won. They did a fudge brownie this year. And then Golden Hive's a new winner, so that's kind of nice. They did a raw honey chocolate truffle. They've always scored pretty high in the contest, but it's nice to have a new winner. And then our benefiting charity this year was Special Olympics of Arizona. They're going to receive a donation of about $1,000. We're still kind of pulling out costs as it was only a couple weeks ago to get that final number, but we did have a panel this year of business owners, commission members, staff that went through the charity applications to choose them, and they came out on top. They did table at the event as well, which was nice to just have them there as presence, answering questions. They were giving out stuff as well, and they were able to drum up some volunteers for their event from some of the local people that were participating in Chocolate Walk. Any questions? All right, so looking ahead, Art Walk at the Visitor Center, we're going to start that back up in April. Of course, Art Walk's been going on, but a little harder to get people to make their way to us in the winter. So we'll be back in April through October. So looking forward to that. and I will pass it on to Media Relations.
Chair, Commissioners. Uh, Again, I'm Ryan Randazzo, the new member here, replacing Meg. So part of my role is to monitor our media. Highlights from January. Coverage had several mentions of 4A as a James Beard semifinalist, and tons of mentions of Lowell with the anticipated opening of the ADC. And during the month, we had 2 AOT familiarization visits. One was a freelance writer from Chicago. She writes for dozens of different publications. She did do a hard hat tour up at Lowell, so thanks for accommodating that. She was pretty impressed with it. Lots to see. Dave Noble gave that tour, and was awesome. Just knew everything top to bottom about space and construction, and answered all her questions on that. We also had a journalist group of journalists from Mexico who write for a variety of fashion and outdoor magazines. Sabrina had put together a great itinerary for them. Some of our partners here helped at the last minute when some of the food offerings fell through on them, but I heard that worked out well too. So we'll keep monitoring and see what comes of those visits and what kind of publicity we get out of that. Just more on the highlights here. Arizona Republic, of course, picked up the James Beard Awards. So we'll keep tracking that. I believe it is April 3rd, they name finalists, and then June 10th, they'll name winners. So fingers crossed. Flagstaff got tons of publicity over that. Another great hit for Lowell, the Smithsonian listed the ADC as one of the most anticipated museum openings of 2024. Commissioner Half Moon, I know you're aware of this, but in case the other commissioners didn't see this, just an awesome article. It was listed number 2 behind the Stonewall National Monument that's opening in New York City. And the things that were listed after Lowell, I thought was pretty impressive. There's the Nintendo Museum opening in Japan was listed after this. The Museum of Shakespeare in London was below Lowell, and there was also a Natural History Museum in Los Angeles. So I think there's lots to feel good about with that. And then we had good coverage from our partners at 3TV with Snow Bowl and being a good place to be in the wintertime. As far as the film office, I issued my first film permit, so that was fun. It was a small shoot for the Department of Health Services, but they did bring an 8-person film crew, and that resulted in 16 room nights midweek. So the hotel partner was pretty happy with that. And I am working out a meeting with the Tucson Film Office to coordinate a familiarization tour with 2 location scouts later this year. We talked to the location scouts. I think I updated you on that last month, and they're really excited to come out here. They want to see Tucson as well, so we're going to try and coordinate that together. I think that's all I've got here. Any questions or? Oh, great. I'll turn it over to social. Yep.
All right, Madam Chair and Commissioners, Isabel Madaleno here, Social Media Manager. So for January, our Facebook was a little bit on the slow to average side. So we just had an average engagement rate. Our follower count is slowly but steadily going up. Historical content and fun facts continue to be a favorite across the board. I took your suggestions into account, Cody, about the election year. So I wanted to perhaps propose I was thinking of doing some interview style posts. So perhaps taking some short form videos, doing some quick interviews downtown, perhaps not Billy on the street style, but kind of similar. And then also taking those and putting them on our YouTube in a longer format, just to give our YouTube a little bit more love. I recently came back from a conference and I'm pretty gung-ho about getting our YouTube a little bit better. But I am looking for ways to up our follower count. Reels is a way that I've been trying to approach this. Reels I can't share directly on Facebook, but I have to go on Facebook and share from our account, if that makes sense. But that is a guaranteed way of getting eyes that aren't our followers on those Reels. So bringing in some more followers to our Facebook.
I have a quick question. Do you do collaborative reels? Is that something that y'all? Because I know that we do with like obviously Lowell but is that something that you see a lot of success in on your side?
Yes, actually. Recently we did a collaborative reel with Steep, and that's doing pretty well. We've also had some collaborative reels from users, which do also well. There was one that someone did on Karma, which beautiful footage, awesome food, also did pretty well. So pretty successful with collaborative reels. And I know we have a collaborative post coming up soon. Next for Instagram and Twitter, our Instagram has been my main focus this month. We did have a viral video happen. So that video is on Arizona. It has a reach of over 2.5 million with a 350,000 engagements, and that is still going up. I know those numbers are for January, but in currently it is 2,548,000 accounts reached and 378,000 engagements, and an increase of over 14,000 followers on our Instagram page. So, woo! So yeah, this shows that this is possible. We can do this. There's more. We can do more. Why not? Why not do more? I am also trying to produce more video content on Reels and cross-posting that to TikTok and also YouTube Shorts. That is also successful. So what's successful on Reels also is successful on TikTok, is what I've been seeing, just not on the same scale as Reels. So yeah, and more collaborative post requests as well, as you had mentioned. And on flag haps, pretty above average, 37% click-through rate today, this month. Sorry, open rate. With a 2% click-through rate on our main, sorry, I'm a little combobulated, still trying to get myself together here. We will try to advertise this once a month on our main socials, because I know a lot of visitors might not know that we have this program and the Flagstaff 365 pages. So the Flagstaff happenings is just a way for visitors to see what's going on in Flagstaff in like a collective way. And then looking ahead, of course, Arizona Beer Week, lots of content for that. I Heart Pluto Festival, also plenty of content for that. I also did some Flagstaff themed Valentine's Day cards, which was pretty fun to do, kind of took off a little bit. Also snow play and responsible visitation content. Those kind of go hand in hand as well. Really promoting responsible snow play, winterizing your car, having an emergency kit, because Flagstaff weather is unpredictable. And then also continuing my Then and Now campaign, I'm trying a new format with a photo. It's doing a little better on Instagram than it is on Facebook. It's just showing the photos side by side together on one instead of swiping through and doing the comparison. Yeah, any questions for me?
Just a quick note, if you need any archival photos, I know, I mean, and I use the golden stuff for Flagstaff, but we also have a full online archive. I'm happy to get you connected to anything if that's a successful campaign.
Yes, please. All right, any other questions? Okay, we'll pass it on to Marketing and Creative. Thank you.
Hi. Good afternoon, Madams Chair and Vice Chair and Commissioners. Lori Pappas, Marketing and Media Relations VP. Picking up on Pluto Festival, congratulations. It's a big win. I understand the effort and the blood, sweat, and tears that go into that kind of programming, yet alone, or not alone, also with the grand opening. So you're right, marketing time is tomorrow. More sleepless nights. Here we go. A question for you. You had mentioned geographies that were attending. Curious to know what were some of the paid tactics to get those active in-person attendees?
So we do have our ad grant that we take full advantage of through Google Ads.
Yeah.
So that was, I'd say the spend for our Google ad grants was probably about $2,000.
You don't have to get into those details. I'm
Well,
just curious.
I'm just saying that was our biggest spend.
Okay.
And then second to that would be radio and some of the like public radio stations throughout that did a lot of coverage. But it was really social ads and the Google ads that had the furthest reach outside of what we did locally in Flagstaff.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Nice job. Well done. All right. Before I get to the next slide, one more thing. In front of you are some ads that appeared in East Valley Theater programs as well as Metro Phoenix and Scottsdale Theater programs. So just wanted to get those in front of you as some of the results that we've been working on, hopefully. You are pretty impressed with those. Have to share, always working for the highest and best use of the dollar. At least half of those pubs were value add. So reaching an affluent and arts audience.
Sorry, can you clarify what does value add mean?
With a buy negotiating some either cost value reduced or free. I think I jumped the gun. Sorry, I think one draft had me first and then, yeah, sorry. I'll stay the course and then, okay. Thank you. All right. See what happens. All right. Let's see. All right. Looking at paid digital and where we are headed or where we were, which by the way, remember the housekeeping item? Do you guys remember our last meeting and the A/B testing? I'm going to get to that. Oh, dang it. Shoot.
Faith, she doesn't think you look.
Oh man, no, I forgot that you got, and therein lies. See, I was giving you more credit than that. Well, heck. All right, but anyway, we're gonna get to it. I was just gonna say I hadn't forgotten, but you knew that. All right, paid digital. What we're looking at here, we served nearly 1 million impressions, 975,000. Click-through rate was 0.25, so more than double the benchmark. High performing creative is what you're looking at. As grand as it gets, that was our big dog. Had a 0.37 click-through rate. National Plan Your Vacation Day, you guys, had a 0.31 click-through rate. So great intent, right? If you're getting that kind of interaction, you know it's happening. We're going to go on. Website results. I think y'all, again, you saw the slides. Any questions there? I'm going to point to a little bit of what our visitor center team said, looking a little bit at weather. And I am hopeful, and with our website team, I've heard a little bit about, let's see if we can make up some lost ground with the weather that we had this month. So fingers crossed there. Let's go to the next slide. Any questions here?
Actually, I do have a question to that end on the, do we have insights on like how snow days or like when snow is actively in the news, how that, or on top of people's mind, how that impacts, say, daily traffic to the website?
I cannot recite that off of the top of my mind. I can share based on what we're seeing that there is a dip. So it's fair to say we're going to see that daily. I can also share that those sessions were about 18% of those sessions, the decline were domestic and primarily from the Southern California and Metro Phoenix areas. Drive. Yeah. All right, looking at our engaged sessions, a little bit of what we just spoke about. Really, my chin is up. There's not much decline here. Not saying I'm not challenged. You know, I always like to win. I'm eager to see where we are with February. Go to next slide. Things to do. Huge win, 23% year over year, which I think is kind of interesting because if our sessions are down and our things to do are up, I think it's telling us the people that are coming, they're doing their research and they're mapping out their plan. And our content is resonating. Yes.
I just kind of have a side comment. I think that makes perfect sense. January and February accommodation side is slow. It's a slow season of the year. So your folks that are our folks, our guests who are going onto the website, they're going to go into the things to do to kind of find something else to do besides snow, which isn't as heavy as it has been.
Which, yeah, thank you. Which, Commissioner, you're bringing up another point, I believe that we talked about. Did we talk about rainy days? Was that just with you? My favorite peeps, it's here or there, I don't know. But we did have conversation about a rainy day
We did.
strategy.
That was not with a commission, but that was with some of the stakeholders in the community. So that's something that we're working on, and then we're going to bring back to you to show you it. But we haven't quite got there yet.
Oh, but we're moving. Dial's moving.
We are. And January of last year, we got 61 inches of snow in the month of January, and this year we got 19. So that's part of the reason.
We do have, the PR firm is doing an exploration into marketing for how to turn off seasons on, that I'm happy to share with y'all once they complete that. That I don't know if it would be useful or in line with what you're already doing.
We love it. Yes, please share.
I would be happy to. Yeah, once I have it. I wish I knew it now, but
It's nice to see that there's a little bit of parallel here because we are working on what we're calling a rainy day strategy. That very thing. Yep. Good deal. Thank you.
I was just going to say the accommodation side would take that as well.
yeah, I'll just do a share all on the link and it's all yours.
All right. Dining and nightlife, big win here too. Which actually, I want to take a moment. Did you guys hear the great story about Fat Olives? So Yelp recognized them last week as the 35th best place for pizza in the country. Yeah, yeah. And I think maybe the first Arizona restaurant was ranked around number 19. So good things happen. Dining and nightlife is just great things are happening. And then of course we all heard about Foray too. So big things continue to happen. Responsible visitation, just want to share real quickly that the message is out there, particularly with the snow that had occurred recently this month. Community calendar, this aired on Fox 10 at the noon hour, as well as the 5 p.m. news segment on KPHO. So channels 3 and channel 5. Airing on January 30th as well as January 25th, again in those same time periods, noon and 5 p.m. news. Great impressions, #1 drive market. Also, lifestyle segment aired with responsible visitation and winter recreation as the primary speaking points. That aired on January 24th, also on channel 3. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Michael, don't take my my thunder. All right, you guys, it was close. It was super, super close. So 0.66 versus 0.68, #1, first and foremost, those are great click-through rates. So you can't argue. But we are moving toward the 0.68 for optimization. All right. Is that all we have? There's no discussion. was close.
I just want to say congratulations.
Thank
I
you.
feel like I missed something last month.
You did. Heidi was chimed in on the creative, and hence why there's now an A/B testing on those two ads, because we were presented one and then Heidi chimed in, and both being Heidi and Lori wanted to win, and so that's what that is. So Lori's is the one on the left.
So Lori was A and Heidi was B? Okay.
Correct.
Yep. By Titch. Hey, here's the deal. Recognizably, it's super close. And knowing that the passion that was involved in this.
Is this where we say we're all winners?
Or yeah, we could. We could so much, in fact, that I can concede. Do you all want to move in the direction of the beer cans or without the beer cans?
Well, one was a winner by slightly more by 0.01.
It's
so
a pitch.
I would say the A.
0.02.
I majored in English.
I don't think Heidi would give in, so I don't think you should either.
We want you guys to decide. So you want A or B, and we'll roll.
I really
we
like
got
B.
more impressions with B.
I'm a sucker for B, but that's okay.
Then say B, no? Take a vote here.
I like B.
I also like B.
Well,
I like B as well.
Talking about ultimate clicks, the click-through rate on A resulted in 63,723 clicks, and the click-through rate on the second one resulted in 61,974.
But impressions were more on B, and this is a slice in time, and if we go back out, you might see B win next time. You know what I mean? It's too close. So I think whichever one you like, let's roll with that.
Yeah, we can serve both in rotation. Are we just trying to make me feel better?
A little.
He wants the Tower Station on the ad.
Pardon me?
He likes seeing Tower Station on the ad there.
Hey, that's part of it. That is part of it.
Yeah, I think B just speaks to
talk another
beer
hour
more.
about that.
Jamie, say that again.
I said I think that B just speaks to beer more with the beer cans on it. It's a quicker, but yeah, I would go B.
Is that the majority? All right, we're gonna go with B. All right, very good. Okay. See ya. All right. Looking ahead, promised I would also bring this back. So this is a great deal of what we will be pushing out, what we're planning to push out for the month of March. So as grand as it gets, if you recall, Datify had mentioned research shows that Californians are looking for more itinerary type ads. This speaks to that, adding the Grand Canyon and 7 more national parks and monuments being very close to us, the hub and spoke approach. So there we go with as grand as it gets. We've got spring break. This particular creative has performed well for us in the past, positioning Flagstaff as a great destination during spring break. And then we've also got Flag 365 with the film festival. Any comments, thoughts here? Good, thank you. All right. Looking ahead for some print display, LA Magazine, this is our proposed March graphic supporting spring training, in which we are in the thick of right now. And then to the right, we have Route Magazine. Just as the name suggests, this particular reader is an aficionado of the Mother Road. And this is for the April and May issue, which aligns with the marketing plan that you all had seen. Sound good? Great. All right, this is where it really gets fun. Not as fun as the A/B testing. Maybe it is. Wanted to share our outdoor boards in the Las Vegas market and Southern California. So the top creative is running right now in Las Vegas. Kid you not, the Friday before the Sunday of Super Bowl. But it happened. It happened. This creative, I believe you all had already seen. To the right, you're seeing it live, and it is a night shot. Down below is the creative that is running right now in the Southern California market. And again, to the right is a night shot. Any questions there? Good. All right. Big news here. Ralph, you want to come chat to this? Yeah. Let's hear from the designer.
Mr. Chair, Vice Chair, Commissioners, Vice Mayor, Ralph Schmidt, Creative Services. So we've been working on film. We're going to put a lot more effort in promoting film and Flagstaff as a film location. So we understood we have to brand the film office itself. And we were looking for a logo that can be a standalone, that doesn't have to be alongside with our typical Flagstaff logo, yet it still has that recognition from our logo. So it's a little part of, got a little bit of a dark sky in there, but the stars also reminds a little bit of Paramount pictures. So this is what we had proposed, and the staff felt really good about it. But this is, again, this is why we present to you, and we're really looking for feedback here. So just kind of wanted to show the logo on its by itself, and then we also have a few ad ideas where you see the logo incorporated and what that looks like. So what I can do is kind of go through some of the ad ideas, and then we can go backwards, go back to the logo, and get some ideas on headline ideas, photo choices, overall approach of the ad approach. Again, so these ads are targeting location scouts. So that's a very unique targeted group. And Ryan was able to actually reach out to a couple of location scouts who are planning to come here, and he showed them some of our ad ideas, and he also got some feedback on that. So we had great success with our As It Gets campaign. I think it really works well in this application. That's how we feel. We have some headline ideas. We could do as film friendly as it gets. That could go across any imagery, which is kind of a, or we could focus in on seasonality. That's really what sets us apart for the state. So that's something we could focus on. Again, you see the logo incorporated on the bottom right. We also have the Arizona State is offering up to 20% off on qualified productions. So that's a collaboration with the state, so to speak. So we're really highlighting that. Currently, the QR code would go to the film office page on the website, but we were talking, we've got it in production to create a film location reel, just highlighting all our, geological features, our historical downtown. We have so much uniqueness here that we really want to highlight. So that's where we can drive them to a reel. We really want it to be focused on simplicity, kind of capture the uniqueness of Northern Arizona, but not overwhelm. We didn't want to throw 10 photos on there and overwhelm them that way. We want them to interact and go to our page and learn more. So these are just a couple ideas. Again, as epic as it gets, as nostalgic as it gets. Perhaps there is, with location scouts, we're really diving in there, and we're getting feedback from the location scout professionals, and really looking of what are they looking for exactly? What is the intrigue? So yeah, love to get your feedback. You had so ahead of time to look at them, and just go ahead, Trace.
Sorry. Ralph, maybe you could tell them what the feedback was from the scouts.
Yeah, absolutely. So the scouts had looked at all these ad samples, and the one that spoke to them that was the most successful one was the we call it the duality with the peaks and the Grand Canyon. And they felt like it really captured the uniqueness of Northern Arizona all in one image. It is two images. That's a campaign that Jennifer had created, another successful, really good campaign. So it's kind of mixed with that. But it's a fun way to show that we have that elevation, the mountains, the largest contiguous, ponderosa pine forest, the grandest of all canyons. So yeah, that was their pick, actually. I'd love to get feedback on logo, on our overall approach. And again, we always learn, and we want to be taught. So this is our first, I think is this our first location uh,
There have been other
scout ad, or
there have
it's
been
been
other paid media, but I don't know as focused, laser focused.
laser focused and print.
Yeah.
And one of them is going to be a full page ad, and I believe the other one's a half page. Pretty sure, something like that.
I just want to say congratulations. This is very this work is very well done. I thought the logo was incredibly immediately impressive. I like its application on these ads. I'll say that first ad is definitely my favorite. It seems to be the most cinematic. Just in my opinion, I have no changes or suggestions. It's beautifully well done. Congratulations.
Yeah, also, we talked about, well, we also have, sometimes it sounds a little funny, but even our historic downtown, the South Side, what's the actor, The Rock? I think he was in town, and he fell in love with our alleys on the South Side. He said, I'm going to come back and do a film here. And it's pretty cool. So and that's probably something we'll incorporate in a reel that wouldn't, work in a full page print ad, but we'll definitely make sure we have all those unique facets of our town in that reel. So this is just that first intriguing image to get that interest and have them engage.
It's really a different, you know, maybe the old barns out by McAllister Ranch, right? All opportunities. Then you have heard probably more often than not is the thrill for them, the pursuit of the Arizona red dirt and the locations that are available. So it's really a different lens as we talk about what this video is going to look like. It's just different, but it's nice. I mean, there are other unique selling points, right?
Hey, Ralph. Vice Mayor Aslan has a couple of things in chat. He said he's a big fan of the film logo and had some suggestions on the wording. First one is as cinematic as it gets. Second one is as climactic as it gets. And the third one is as historic as it gets.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. Cinematic was on our list at one point. What was that again? Cinematic, historic.
And climactic.
Yeah, thank you for that feedback. And there's many more ads that we will be doing, so we'll definitely consider all that feedback. And just so you know, so we do highlight on that first one, it does highlight like Lori suggested, with vivid red dirt and stately ponderosa pines, the state's tallest peak, miles of Route 66, four seasons, and easy access to recreational and international airports.
Should be regional.
Regional.
Regional and international airports.
I don't know if it's my vision or if it's
a big point of conversations, meeting with some of the film industry experts, is that they wanted that convenience. So the fact that they can stay here through Flagstaff or Sky Harbor, yeah, for their, for the rest of their career, the actors, so forth.
Congratulations, Ralph. It looks great.
Thank you. Any other comments, questions?
I guess my only comment on the logo itself, I understand that it's in family with the Discover Flagstaff logo. And I would just wonder, because I believe there's an effort underway to kind of look at the rest of the city's branding, if that would potentially change alongside, since I believe I heard that maybe Discover Flagstaff logo would also change with that effort.
Currently, there is talks about changing the City of Flagstaff logo. We have not discussed changing our the branding of the Discover Flagstaff logo. This is specific to the City of Flagstaff, the seal and the logo.
And they're even talking about the city flag, but we have not been pulled into that conversation. We've assisted CLC Discover Flagstaff in some fashion peripherally around that discussion, but nothing to do with our particular branding.
Okay.
Thank you.
I have a quick comment. The logo, I love how you put film above the peaks as you did to show that it is a focus. And then looking at the two ads, the one on the right, that's the one that calls to me. And it's just got so much of what we have here. And it has a little bit of Yellowstone feel to it, don't you think?
Yeah, it's a pretty dramatic photo. I liked it also because it really shows seasonality. But of course, we understand that we really gotta hone in on the hub and spoke. There's so much around us. We're kind of the hub for all these amazing sceneries, and yeah.
One quick idea, Commission, is if we wanted to show a little more variety in the ad, we could do a treatment of the still film, the film reel treatment across part of it, whether it's in the middle, diagonal, or on the bottom, and put in some more sort of urban, locations within these, like downtown, that kind of stuff. So if we wanted to do that, we could do that as well. So that's an idea.
Because I think what you're selling is, yes, there's certain things that we would like to say that Flagstaff only has or are unique to Flagstaff, but then you're like, okay, we have enough urban scenes, we got enough whatever else kind of scenes that, it's a one-stop shop for that. I would be supportive of some additional images. What I was wondering is like, is this some kind of like, I guess it's a publication that goes to film scouts?
Correct.
And they still receive mail? Okay.
Yeah. We certainly would have a digital presence with it as well. But I was going to say, and if we decided not to take that treatment, which is a little bit busier, right, but could work, the reel, you'd have an engaged customer that's going to click on that URL, and the reel certainly would have all that.
I like it. It's very, very catching. If that can get them to our website, I think that's all it needs to do.
Back to billboards, because I did not mention, we are also in the process of, right now in procurement of buying an additional board in Palm Springs. And up to you. At this point, I would venture to move toward the as stellar as it gets. Depending on when that board goes live, the snow might be a little bit much. We may need to change the imagery, but just to let you know that that board is on its way. Then it gets better. You might recall during our January meeting, we talked about getting boards in Phoenix. That too is in the, not yet into procurement, but definitely in the research process, and we are honing in. So exciting. This board is going to be, I believe it's a 12-week boards. They will be in rotation, and you may or may not know, but boards now can be bought on a programmatic basis. I just think it's just mind blowing. So we're working with a vendor to identify people, audiences that have an interest in event ticket sales. They can do that. Interest in concerts and music festivals, and outdoor enthusiasts. Billboards. So you've got your phone in your car, they're tracking you, right? The boards are. It's just, I just think it's absolutely amazing. We will be delivering at this point, God, trying to toggle between two different screens. Right now, the way it stands, and this could change, but more than 20 million impressions in our #1 drive market. Content will include Flagstaff 365, will include festivals, activities, things to do. Could also serve as a vehicle for responsible visitation. So when we just get a first snow, or not even a first snow, when we get snow, just top of mind as far as responsible visitation. All right.
Do you get to choose which accident attorney you are in rotation with?
Actually, you know what though? In regard to some restrictions, some of those boards do have restrictions to alcohol. Yeah, as some do. What'd you say? Sorry. Yeah, some do. Same with marijuana, often restrictions. Yeah, and then there's one other. What else am I thinking? Beer. Seems like there's 3. What's that? Might be. Yep, might be. All right, let's get to some important dates. February 26th and 27th, Ryan and I are going to be heading down to the Valley and meeting with various media outlets, including the Arizona Office of Tourism, strategizing, understanding what their content calendar is, and what some additional needs are that Discover Flagstaff can fulfill. March 6th, a return of a request from commission. We have scheduled a restaurant marketing meeting. That's occurring virtually March 6th. May 5th, the team will be traveling to California for IPW, meeting with both journalists and the trade sector. May 5th through 11th, mark your calendars. It's National Travel and Tourism Week, which means our Community Service Day is coming up May 8th. And then we have already scheduled our annual meeting, so please save the date for November 6th. Yes. All right. At this point, I'd like to introduce Sabrina. Thanks, guys.
It's pretty hard to top that, but I will do my best. Um, First, we're going to look at the Flagstaff local email campaign, and I see we're coming up on time here, so I'll try to be quick. We had a really great open rate in January of 49%. I've been talking about trying to get those numbers back up since we did have a big influx of our reach. So hopefully it stays that way, fingers crossed and knocking on wood. We also had a high click-through rate of 3%, so also hoping to continue improving that. We have had a few individuals reaching out to be included in the Flagstaff local newsletter. So hopefully it spreads a little bit more throughout our business community to get more volunteer and donation opportunities included. Top clicks went to our most popular click, volunteer opportunities, also raising awareness about our Sustainability Community Stewards program, and always the Flag 365 calendar. People are really interested in our events. For our Discover Flagstaff email, we reached a little over 26,000 people, and we had a 40% open rate. This is pretty much flat year over year. We did have a little higher than a 1% click-through rate. 1% is that benchmark. Content included, as you can see, a little bit of Beer Week content. We did promote the Pluto Festival as well, and we did launch our drip emails for January and will be continuing launching drip emails for the rest of the year. Our current drip emails that were in January were supporting dining and outdoors content. February will include events content as well. Top clicks went to our Route 66 things to do as we have begun raising awareness about that centennial, as we've talked about quite a bit. And there will be a permanent section in the newsletter moving forward to talk about Route 66 happenings leading up to the and throughout the centennial. The drip emails showed that the dining email was the most successful open rate and click-through wise, whereas our outdoor email did have the highest reach. So interesting to see that and looking forward to see where that goes. Another top click was our Winter Stay and Play Responsibly sweepstakes. That did just conclude. We had a really appreciative winner from Colorado who will be bringing a group of people out here. So that was really exciting. Typically, we get a winner from Phoenix. It's always randomly selected, but having a really appreciative and excited gentleman from Colorado was awesome. Unfortunately, we did hit a little bit of some spam entries, which we haven't had before. So where we had sweepstakes entry process being 1 entry per person per day, we're changing that this year to be 1 entry per person in general. And I don't want to jump the gun with Beer Week sweepstakes because I'll be presenting on that next month, but we have surpassed entries by a lot. So that's all I'll say about that for now. And then looking ahead, we'll continue sending out those drip style, updating website, and Route 66 Centennial planning. Really excited to show you guys our new passport that's in the works. The Trails passport was pretty successful, so we're hoping to see the same with Route 66. Doing a little bit of research, some military advertising, which we have not done previously, but hoping to this year. And then Phoenix and Paris flights, because obviously the Olympics, which is very exciting. Festival marketing planning meeting just happened, so we'll get started marketing festival content as we continue receiving information from our festival organizers. Some of you were invited to our restaurant strategy meeting, so we look forward to seeing you there virtually. And National Travel and Tourism Week pickup is coming, so we'll be sending invites out for that as well and planning some new sweepstakes this year in addition to what we do annually. Are there any questions?
I have a comment.
Yes.
Love the military advertising. I'm happy to help with that if you need help.
Thank you. I will reach out to you, and I appreciate that. Okay. Oh, there.
Okay.
Sabrina, thank you. Hey, just one quick statement, and then Jen, if you want to make your way up here, you in the spirit of time. Yep. All right. Hey. A lot up here to juggle. You guys, I failed to mention that Discover Flagstaff is also a sponsor at the ADC. Yep. So just wanted to mention that, help me. We are the sponsor of the Perseid meteor shower mural. Perseid?
Yes, Perseids. You did. That was good. I'm in.
Well, it was okay. But anyway, wanted to share that just because I thought it was important as people are jumping on. I just wanted to share with the team that we jumped on. Yeah. All right. Jen, you.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you. I don't have a lot to report yet, but just know that this is something that I'm taking notes. I've got, we'll be reaching out to stakeholders, those who are interested in giving input on how to make Flagstaff more welcoming and to during the Pride Festival and in general, of course. And this could be anything from how we handle our messaging and advertising, how we, if we supply maybe window clings for businesses, more stickers, those were very popular during the parade, anything practical in addition to with very positive feedback after the parade. So just know there's more to come. I was kind of hijacked today, so I don't have anything formal for you, but know that this is something I'm really excited to looking into and getting more input, and you'll be hearing from me shortly. So just.
I just want to say Jen has volunteered to take over that for us to make our website and perhaps any consumer-facing things we do appear as we are, which is welcoming to the LGBTQ plus community. So Jen is going to take that. As soon as she has more information, she's going to invite, we had a few commissioners who said they wanted to be a part of it. That at that point, she'll invite you to a meeting. We'll grab some lunch and we'll all talk about it as a group. Thank you.
Do some coffee.
Coffee's good.
Yeah, we'll do some coffee.
Thank you.
More to come on that subject. Thank you very much.
I haven't explored it much, but I understand that Scottsdale has a specific content focus in LGBTQ.
I'm
marketing,
sure.
So.
Yeah, I'm sure that they do. Anyways, anything else?
No.
Okay,
I'm good.
fantastic. So, Madam's Chair, Vice Chair, Commission, Trace Ward, CVB Director, thanks for allowing us to present today.
Thank you, Trace and team. Commissioners, that's it for today, except for if there's anything specific you guys want on the agenda for March 28th, besides what we normally get. Okay. Well, then we will go ahead and adjourn. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.